So I was on a walk this morning and just out and about, just worshiping God. And I think most people have a misunderstanding of worship, like it's a song or a hymn that's sung in a church context or even on the road, But worship is just this heart posture before our King, where we put him in his rightful place and his rightful authority in our lives, and we say that you are King and Lord, and we submit underneath you, and that we come into understanding of his worthiness. We come into understanding of his power. We come into understanding of his magnificence. And that posture of our heart just places us in awe of God. So anyway, I'm worshiping with him this morning, and I'm walking around just praying. I'm just asking God. I feel like I've been struggling a little bit lately just with some self-control. That's my word for the year, that I want to be more self-controlled. I want to have a better idea of my impulses and capturing them and making them captive to Jesus. Man, it is such a wrestle. This flesh within me is just such a wrestle. And so anyway, I'm just praying, and I'm asking God, God, why did you make me this way? Why would you, as a good father who loves me, who cares deeply for me, would you craft me, knit me together in my mother's womb with this lack of self-control? God, with this impulsive nature that just behaves. You see a cookie on the counter and you just eat it, or you feel tired but you keep scrolling anyway, and those things inside of me that are just so impulsive. And God, why would you create me this way when I desire so deeply to be disciplined and to have a great legacy for your glory and to do these things? And I just felt like the Holy Spirit told me in that moment to rely on me. I know that sounds so cliche, like I made you this way to rely on me, but it echoes Paul's sentiment that God's power is made perfect in my weakness. And I'll boast all the more in my insufficiency. I'll boast all the more in my inadequacy. I'll boast all the more in my weakness, because his power is made perfect in my weakness. But the conviction that came with that, when I was just praying and talking to God and the Holy Spirit's like, to rely on me. The conviction in that is that in my lack of self-control is a lack of reliance on God. In my lack of self-control, in those impulsive moments, it's a lack of him being sufficient in my life. And I just felt like I would share that, because I can't be the only one that struggles in these ways and that feels like, man, God, why would you make me this way? And the word I just had from the Lord this morning was that he made me this way to rely on him. And the reality of that is that when I am in my flesh, in my weakness, that I'm not relying on him in those ways. That I'm not saying, God, that you're sufficient for my gluttony. You're sufficient for my slothfulness, for my distractions. And so I just wanted to take a second and share my worship with the Lord this morning on this walk that I've been on, and praying and placing our King back in his rightful place in my life, and hopefully be praying for me that I would be more reliant on his sufficiency, more reliant on who he is as my King. And so I pray that over you guys this morning. I hope this ministers to you, and I hope you have a great day. God bless.